Hi, everyone. I'm Erika Del Sordo. Welcome to today's Talk with Erika. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, my audio, my video podcasts, and thank you for joining me this first Monday in November. Kicking things off in November, I have two guests from the Lake City, Columbia County Chamber of Commerce. Now, I bought my second home here in 2018, moved here in February 2019, and love the city so much that I joined the chamber under Erika Del Sordo Productions, LLC. Now, today with me, Missy Hartley. She serves as a member services director and has been with the chamber almost 2 years. She grew up in Columbia County, CHS, class of '86, and moved away, returning a few decades later to find a growing community that retained its small town vibe. That's why I'm here. Hi, Missy. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here with me. Now, also joining us today, we have Joey O'Hearn, is born and raised Floridian, hailing all the way from the big town of Lake Butler. If anyone knows where Lake Butler is, I love heading over there because it's not so big, right? He's a graduate of Florida Gateway College and recently enrolled student at the University of Florida. He's currently employed with the Lake City, Columbia County Chamber of Commerce as the Director of Business Development and Marketing. And when he's not busy working to make Columbia County a better place to live and do business, he enjoys volunteering with his church and spending time with his girlfriend, Lauren, and their dog, Sadie. Welcome, Joey.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to do this because, again, I love this city. That's why I moved here. Fell in love with it as I've lived here for the past almost 2 years now. And so then I joined the chamber and I met you beautiful people. So thank you so much for welcoming me and for just being a wonderful city. I do want to start off with Missy real quickly. I was a traffic reporter for 15 years and then left South Florida 2 years ago to pursue small town living. That's why, again, I'm here. So I completely get it. Prior to this, Missy, you worked for almost 10 years in the foster care system, as well as a few fun years in the hospitality tourism industry in the Smokies. Is that right?
Yes, it is. So I've had like three little careers, three small little careers, and I love chamber industry. It is very interesting. We meet all kinds of people. There's not the stress of everyday work that you would have in the foster care industry, obviously. And seeing our town grow is exciting since, like you said, I grew up here, and having come back after some years to see the changes and how positive they all are, it's very gratifying.
It is. Now, what do you love the most about Lake City, Columbia County?
I have to say right now, I love running into people that I know casually when I'm shopping out and about. It's hard to go somewhere and not see a friendly face that recognizes you everywhere you go. And that's kind of a nice feeling. I've lived away from home where I knew nobody in a town, and there was no chance of ever running into somebody that would know my name or know my face, and it can be very isolating. So the contrast between the anonymity of being in a larger town versus the small town, it suits me.
Absolutely. And you still have your kids here. You've got 2 daughters and a son, right?
Yes, 2 grown daughters, and they actually moved back to Florida with us when we came from the mountains. And I have a 12-year-old who is in the school system here.
Very nice. Well, that's awesome. So thank you again for being here. Joey, you've got your girlfriend, your doggy, and you've got quite the interest, of course, in Lake City, Columbia County. What's your favorite part of this area?
I come from the big town of Lake Butler, where getting to a grocery store was an all-day journey. I tell people that Columbia County is, it's cheesy to say, it really is the gateway to Florida. We're so perfectly located that you're an hour from Jacksonville, you're 45 minutes from Gainesville, you're not far from Tallahassee. If you want to cross the border, you're not far from Valdosta. It really is the perfect place to eat, live, and play because it offers everything. And if we don't offer it, we're probably going to offer it in the very near future, or it's not far away if you need it.
Absolutely. Since living here, it's been nice to just shoot up to Georgia very quickly. You know, we're 25 minutes, 30 minutes away from the tip of Georgia, honestly, maybe the way I drive, but it's so close, and it's so close to wherever you need to be. Jacksonville, Gainesville, the whole 9 yards. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Joey, we'll stick with you. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, of course, of the chamber. Development, future plans, what's going on, what can people expect?
I tell people jokingly that I was brought on. I'm the newest person at the chamber. I've been here, I think, for like 5-ish months. I tell people that I was brought on to oversee all events, and then Corona happened, so we canceled all events. So there's been a lot of time to plan. So 2021 is actually the 100th anniversary of the chamber, and it will be our biggest year yet. So we're going to stick to our signature things like the Chamber Ball and the Gateway City Craft Beer and Wine Festival and our 4th of July celebration. But we're going to, what I lovingly say, turn up the notch on all things chamber. So we usually have an annual golf tournament in February. We're turning that into a full-on sportsman's weekend. So they'll do cornhole and skeet shooting, golf, and other things as well. We're also going to introduce a couple of new, what we're calling our signature events. We're doing a month-long celebration of women in March for International Women's Month and Day. We're doing a small business summit. We're going to kind of revamp our business excellence awards. 2021 is going to be very, very big. In the past, the chamber has had an event and kind of taken a break to prepare for the next event. In 2021, there will be something going on every month.
That's awesome. So then here's the big question. How do residents, how does everyone find all of this out? Where can they find all of these events?
We are still in the process of tying up details, forming backup plans in the world of COVID-19. We look to announce everything at the Chamber Ball. So our Chamber Ball is on the books for January 20th, 2021. We have yet to announce the location because that's also going to be a change and a surprise. But if not before the Chamber Ball, at the Chamber Ball, and at the end of the day, everything will be on our website. So if businesses are looking to sponsor or advertise at those events to increase their brand awareness and, logo recognition, or if somebody's wanting to actually attend, everything's on the website, or will be. Let me say it will be on the website.
Fantastic. I have that website up right now. Excellent. That's very good news. I can't wait for 2021 because I do know COVID knocked out a lot of what would have been happening around here. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Now, Missy, tell me who are some of the, like myself included, who are some of the new members? How can folks find out about new members with the chamber?
We actually have a special feature on our website. We've got a business directory that lists all of our members, how to contact them, phone number, website, social media if they have it. And then for the first 45 days that a new member is being onboarded, we've got a special place on our directory where their name is featured, just new members. So along with you, we've got one moment and I'll pull it up. So in the first 45 days, in the last 45 days, we've had about 10 new members join. And it ranges from an algae removal service to, of course, your podcast, Erika. We've got a new fiber firm that's come in, a couple of construction firms, insurance, physical therapy. It just runs the gamut. So like any small town, there's room for growth. And so we have growth in all sectors, particularly healthcare. So on our website, if you need a recommendation, a referral, directions, phone number, anything at all for one of our almost 500 members, you can go to our website, which is lakecitychamber.com, and just click on the directory and find out anything you need to know about any of our members. Or you can call me and I can email you a customized list of specific people that might be able to serve your needs.
Okay, and that's also how someone would join the same website.
Correct. So
Okay.
the same website that has our business directory, which is actually one of the best features about joining the chambers, that you can be on that directory. You can also join on our website. Right on the homepage, there's a place for you to get information on the purposes of joining, which of course is to build your network and develop relationships with people that you can do business with, that you can send business to who might need your services. And we have member-to-member networking capabilities where you can send a message to other members as a member and they'll know that you're in their fellowship, that you are likely to do business with a local person, a local business.
I like that. That's one of the things I like as well, is that you put it's very easy for myself, let's say, to find another business and contact them. You make it very simple for all the
Yes.
members and anyone else who's searching the site to find someone else. So that's
Right.
wonderful.
And let me say that those referrals are tracked, not as far as necessarily who, but the number of referrals are tracked. So that way, every quarter, every 6 months, every year, when you're considering renewing, you can see how much business has been referred your way.
That's wonderful. Okay. Thank you for adding that. So, who wants to talk to me right now about the Leads Club? Because I know I joined that as well, and that's been wonderful. I know Chelsea Flores, State Farm, she operates the Leads Club Thursdays, and that's a great meeting because then you meet more businesses there. How has that really helped folks in the past and currently?
Well, I help oversee, as far as an admin perspective, the Leads clubs. We currently have 2, and a third is in the works. It's not unveiled quite yet. So I can speak to that a little bit, and then maybe Joey could weigh in, because before
Sure.
he worked for the chamber as a business owner, he was a member of Leads. So he has a unique perspective. So we've got 2 Leads groups, which are member networking groups. They meet on respective biweekly Thursdays and Tuesdays, and they're groups of non-competing industries. So if we have one real estate agent in a group, he or she would be the only one. So the industries represented might be education, a primary care physician's office, physical therapist, car insurance, home insurance, a print shop. Anybody who is a member who needs to get the word out about what kind of services and goods they offer, they're welcome to take a spot. It's very economical. It's about $60 a year. And that includes, 20 to 24 meetings a year, where you will come into contact on a regular basis with people that are doing business in the same town that you are. And the more you cross paths, the more you build that relationship, the more likely you are to build your business.
Absolutely. T-shirts coming soon, by the way, from Print
Yeah.
City.
Yes. Good for you.
Yeah. They're wonderful. I love everything about this city. I have zero complaints. So hopefully it stays that way, right? It's much different than coming from South Florida. It really, really is. Loving this small town. Joey, if you want to add on to the Leads discussion.
I mean, I just had coffee this morning with somebody who's debating joining the chamber, and I tell people, because he asked about Leads, I tell people Leads in a weird way is the modern day Rolodex.
Yeah.
I ironically work for the chamber, and I despise the word networking because I think it scares people and it sounds stuffy and like we're in the 1950s Mad Men era. But I tell people Leads really is about building relationships. I think Missy said it's like $60 a year. I know, for instance, Chelsea Flores, who's a personal friend, State Farm representative, and leads the Thursday group. She signed a coverage deal with Print City for their fleet of vehicles. That's quite a return on investment on your $60.
Yeah.
When I was in Leads as a business owner, it benefited me as a business owner. It also made me sharpen my skills as a public speaker and as a salesman, because the goal of Leads is that you will kind of give a spiel of your business every single time. When you start to look around and realize a lot of people have their spills down, you've got to step your game up because you want them to refer to you and vice versa. And so you really start to build relationships. I have now gone on from a business owner to a chamber ambassador, now working at the chamber. And some of my greatest friendships and greatest working relationships have stemmed from that Leads group. I am not obligated to go to Leads groups. And Missy will tell you, I just pop in because I like seeing people. And that is why I go, because it really is like the modern day Rolodex. And it only helps grow and expand your network and reach in your business and your brand.
It seriously does. I've only been to maybe a few at this point myself, and I can see that. I can totally see that. So it's really nice. So tell me, we discussed what's happening in the future. Let's nail down November. Everyone's watching the beginning of November. What can people expect? And I want to say, what can people expect both within the city, county, as well as chamber members?
Well, So all encompassing of the city, the county, and for chamber members, November is whenever we kick off all things Christmas. There are a couple of things that are Christmas related that we have yet to announce yet, but one thing that is a traditional event that has become bigger and bigger by the year is we do a thing called Christmas Card Lane. So around Lake DeSoto, we do these huge Christmas cards, and it's yet another great way for businesses to invest just a little bit of money for a great return. The cards are massive. There's a holiday message, your logo's on it. Last year, they expanded that into doing a smaller version of the Christmas cards, but being in downtown Lake City in Olustee Park, where there are Christmas lights and the Santa village and the opportunity to meet Santa. We're doing Christmas lights again. Santa will be there, and we're also doing those Christmas cards. But as the chamber continues to grow and have more influence and more reach, this year for the first time, Fort White is also doing Christmas cards. So businesses in Fort White have come on board, and their Christmas cards will be downtown at the train depot, the historic train depot. We have a couple of other things in the works for Christmas, because this year, I mean, it's been a weird year. I feel like that's been said repeatedly. It's unprecedented. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm just desperately holding on in the future for some holiday joy to like carry us to 2021. I have said to people that we have taken the Christmas magic and turned it up a notch. Our chamber ambassadors, which I'll tee this up and Missy can take it off. Last year, our chamber ambassadors had the inaugural Christmas light fight, which businesses around Columbia County participated. They did over the top Christmas light displays. Think of Christmas vacation on steroids. Businesses got very competitive. And this year they're doing that again. And I think the goal is 20 businesses. I think last year they had 12. I think this year they're doing 20. And that's November in a nutshell. This time of the year for the chamber is really when we start hustling to prepare for the next year. It's crazy because Missy can tell you that we are slam packed with chamber events and ribbon cuttings and open houses and anniversary events. On top of that, we're still planning for the next year. The chamber is always working. I've been asked repeatedly when the chamber was temporarily closed or in the early days of COVID, I've been asked, what is the chamber doing? Every single time my answer is a lot. We're doing a lot. So, I mean, the chamber is very, very busy, and I'm very excited for 2021 to get to normalcy at some points or to some degree, but also start connecting business owners to business owners, start connecting business owners to consumers, and really growing and developing the business sector here in Columbia County.
That's awesome. By the way, I love Lake DeSoto. That's a great walk around that lake.
And it is a great walk. It's a very good walk. Yeah.
What a wonderful downtown area. I think that's what I first fell in love with the city was the downtown area.
Yeah.
And they've got quite a few businesses down there as well, which is very, very nice. I have new neighbors, and they are the co-owners of Hal Patter's. So yeah, a lot of fun. It's nice to get to know.
They are fantastic.
They are. And I don't drink alcohol, but let me tell you, I went over there the other day because my sister was in town and we had the food. Fantastic. They're really something else.
Very much so.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to me, Missy, real quick. What am I missing? Or is there something that I'm missing here? What else is happening, Missy?
Well, Joey's touched on chamber signature events and special Christmas festivities that are coming up, which is always important because we do end up being very busy at Christmas time, and there's a Santa house and all the beautiful lights, which is wonderful. In the Christmas light fight, he talked about that a little bit. So the group that's responsible for spearheading that project, I just have to brag on for a minute. So that group is called the Chamber Ambassadors. And we don't refer to them as a committee because, again, with the stuffy, words like networking committee, we call them a team. They're a group of volunteers that team up with the chamber. They're all chamber members. And so we've got 17 ambassadors this year, and they serve as an ambassador. They are representing the chamber to the business community while also representing their own particular organization. So they are responsible for welcoming new chamber members to membership, letting them know about what programs the chamber has, inviting those new members maybe to a mixer or introducing them around at an event if they perhaps are new in town and don't know anybody yet. They're the welcome wagon. So the ambassadors are going around town right now recruiting people to participate in this Christmas light fight. And I think that last year it was awfully fun, but this year with COVID and so many people still being sensitive to distancing, a drive-through competition among chamber members, a friendly rivalry is just a great idea, I think. It's safe, it gets people out, it's family friendly, it brings publicity and exposure to those members who, maybe business has been a little slower this year. So it's going to put them on a virtual map, and then our community will be able to vote on which display they like the most. And then the winner of that Christmas light fight will get a whole package, a whole bundle of goodies. But I think the most coveted part of it is the bragging rights to say that they won the Christmas light fight. It ended up being very successful last year. They also will receive a networking breakfast that the chamber will host with them, a plaque, and just a whole bunch of goodies, advertising in a few different places. And anyway, all that's on our website, on our events calendar. And in addition to that, we've got some member-run, member-sponsored events. For example, there's a Christmas parade in Lake City and in Fort White. And although the chamber is not putting those parades on, those responsible for it are members of ours. And so we want to get the word out because we have a lot of members doing a lot of wonderful things for the community, just out of the goodness of their heart. And they've taken the time to do the groundwork, do the logistics, get the permits, find the sponsors to cover all this, to invite the community and enjoy Christmas. And so all of those community events, even if it's not a sponsored, or if it's not a chamber event, if it's Christmas and it's by one of our members, we're going to let the community know about it. So I would just direct people again to our calendar. If you would like to find out what's going on at the chamber, but you are not a member, you can sign up for our email list anyway. You would just go to lakecitychamber.com and a pop-up will invite you to subscribe to our list. It's a really good way to find out who's new in town and who is doing what, where, and when. So in addition to those things, the only other events coming up that Joey hasn't touched on yet are a couple of grand openings and ribbon cuttings. It's going to be slowing down now because of Christmas and Thanksgiving, and then it'll kick back up again in the spring. But we do still have a ribbon cutting or two for the end of the year. So just check out our website and you can see and join us at one of those events and find out what new businesses are coming to town.
I love it. And I love Christmas. I'm so happy that this is around the corner and that there's so much to do here in Lake City, Columbia County. So
there really is.
Yes, there is. There is. And I've noticed that obviously outside of being a part of the chamber as well, in previous couple of years, there's so much to do. There really is. So I will have all the links that we mentioned in this show in the info section. If anyone has any questions, I do happen to have the links up right now, but if you need more information, I'll have all of that in the info and about me sections in both the audio podcasts and the video podcasts. Thank you very much, Missy and Joey, for being with me today.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome, Erika.
You're welcome. It was very, very informational. So thank you. We'll do this again sometime.
Thanks for listening to Today's Talk with Erika. Join me next week for another discussion with the experts who help make life easier. Please visit my website, erikadelsordo.com, where you'll find all of my social media platforms and more. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once again, thanks for listening.